I'm recording this on August 10th, 2026. There are wildfires all across British Columbia right now. There's an alert at the edge of our city. Our bags are packed and sitting by the door. And today is a normal working day. This episode is what you do in advance for a version of yourself that won't be able to do it in the moment. Welcome to Tessera, a podcast by Tesseros. Here, we're learning in the workshop of everyday life. Small adjustments, simplified workflows, creative ideas explored instead of ignored. Each episode, I share real stories from home and work as I experiment with technology and AI. Not to chase perfection, but to build systems that support what actually matter. Because when our systems support us, we create space for the things that shape us. I'm glad you're here to build this mosaic. Let's place the next piece. There are fires all across the province. The alert is at the border of our city and nothing has happened yet. Technically, nothing has changed. But the smoke is the part that really gets you. It is constant and weighing like too much rain, and it doesn't let you forget that there is danger. And yet, the day continues. Andrew still needs to go to his regular work. Episodes still get produced. The game still wants to be improved, and the course keeps moving, and it's fine and not fine at the same time. Emergency planning is a really strange skill because you build it when you don't need it for a moment when you can't build it. In the moment, you don't think right. And if you aren't trained for it, you're in reaction mode. I mean, technically, either way, you're in reaction mode. It's just whether your reaction is useful. So the bag isn't specifically for the fire. The bag is for you, standing in a doorway with no judgment left. You don't specifically prepare for this situation, but you prepare for who you'll be inside of it. And I have two modes. The one who won't be thinking clearly, the reaction, capacity is gone, and I need decisions that were already made. Because otherwise, I'm going to forget things that were important and I'll be spending too long trying to grab everything. So a packed bag. And failing that, a list of the things that I can follow without deciding anything. Our toothbrushes aren't packed because we've been ready for a couple of days. So there's a list that says, don't forget the toothbrushes. And then there's the other one who will spend too much time looking for updates when there just are none yet. And so how do you set yourself up so that you can know that you're going to get the updates you need without being constantly on your phone and checking and missing out on your family time and your work time and all of the other things that are continuing? One of these needs a system, and one of them needs a plan. And they're both a little bit different. A number of years ago, we also experienced fires and then floods. And the fires didn't reach our city, but they came very close. They were on the hill behind us, and we had people in our city who had already been evacuated from others. And we started looking at the fires around different highways and what would happen if our city got evacuated, and what would the roads be like, and how long did we want to wait? And the sky was glowing orange. And so we were a week away from a planned holiday, and it was our first experience preparing for evacuation. And so we decided to back up early and work remotely for a week. And then we went to a Calgary that wasn't under fire threat. But we left home not knowing if it would be there when we got back. The plan we made worked because we were all calm. And every decision that held up under pressure has always been one that we made before the pressure arrived. There's no clever thinking during, it's only what we'd already decided. And at that time, it did turn out fine. We did get to come home. We got evacuated after that for floods. But in that case, we knew that our household wasn't in danger, and we would have the capacity to help other people in the city who did experience flooding. This time, our bags are packed by the door. The kids packed their own items this time, and it's a very strange feeling of trying to make sure that you include your children in the planning so that they feel prepared and understand that it's happening, but also do your best to keep any emotion out of it so that it's not more distressing than it needs to be. The things that the kids packed that make them feel safe and comfortable is interesting because there's nothing like having your children pack to find out what's really special to them. The Lego set that's not built yet, the treasure chest that they built with grandma. And we're doing this having felt these feelings once before, and there is slightly less distress because we know what this is. We have been through it. Last time, though, we were a week from leaving anyway, so it felt simple. This time we've just come back from holidays and all the outside experiences are spent. We want to be home. But you take control of the things you can. The bags are ready, and if we have to leave, we have to leave. The kids were supposed to be in Penticton this weekend to spend time with their grandparents, but the highway between us is closed because there's also a fire on their side. And so it's this strange state of replanning the summer. With a fire at the edge of Penticton and a fire at the edge of Merritt, evacuation strategy questions change shape. In the past, we would go to them. If they're evacuated too, where do we want to go? Do we look at Calgary? Do we look at Calgary now or later? And underneath all of that, the business continues running as if nothing has happened because technically nothing has. And so we're trying to get back on track with episodes and working on the next thing. I don't have an answer to the summer, and the plan is an open set of questions right now. And in the meantime, life goes on and you continue doing the things you can control because that's all you can do. But every plan that you make when you're calm is a handoff to someone with less capacity than you have right now. And while this is an extreme situation, this holds true all the time. You want to have the plan with your client or your staff for before you get busy and overworked and overwhelmed. Because if you know what the plan is and you're in execution, not planning, it's much simpler to push through and work to the end that you've identified. And then you also have an end. You know, what does finished look like? I've been working on a grant finder, and this is a weird, the fine, not fine of assuming that everything continues as we are. But in the past, I've looked individually for grants. And then this time, I was able to work with AI to build an agent that will go out and look for me. And it'll take a look at grants that might be applicable to the business and what I'm trying to build, and then drop it into a database in Notion that I use. One thing that I found really exciting about this, though, was once I go, okay, this is working. I have these available. But what does the next version look like? And so I not mentioned trying to use your skills for home and work and have them cross leverage. And so for me, I like having my information in one place. If I'm in grant mode, I'm in grant mode. But that also means, what could I use for the household? There's greener home grants, there's education grants, there's all sorts of different things that relate to the individual or the household. And so I was able to incorporate that into my design so that I have category tags, one that's related to the business, one that's related to household improvements. But then I also added a third category because I'm a bit of a nerd and I really like finding out what kind of research studies are happening at universities. And it's kind of common to have some paid research options that are fully remote or online. So I got it to drop those in too because it gives a little extra spending money and I get to participate in research that helps somebody learn. And I think that's really cool. So every now and then I used to go out looking for these, and now I don't need to remember to. This is the thing that I find genuinely cool about AI, is this kind of like niche where I don't have to forget to go look and then once a year go, oh, right, I wanted to know that. It goes out and checks for me and puts it in the place where I'll find it. And to me, this is the same move as the packed bag, that it's getting ready for the things that I want to have happen and not having to go looking. It's just there and ready for me. So for this week's Tessera, we have two future selves. And I want you to think about who needs the next set of handoff. The one who can't think, something's coming and you'll be in reaction mode and you want a list. Or the one who either looks too much or won't look. And so think about the thing that matters to you and you keep forgetting to check, or you're checking too much, and build something that makes it feel like it's taken care of for you. So one list or one system this week. You can do it. Thanks for listening to Tessera. If this episode sparked an idea or helped you forge a new path, we'd love to hear it. Tessera is built by community. Send us your questions, feedback, or stories about how you're using AI and other technologies to simplify your life. Email us at hello@tesseros.com or leave a review on the app where you're listening right now. And if you know someone who's looking to craft their life a little bit differently, please share this episode with them. You can find all episodes, show notes, and extras at tesseros.com/tessera and subscribe through your preferred podcast app. Until next time, keep placing the pieces that matter.